What is a clan? Back with another What If video. It's been a while. That's all I can say. It's been a while. Now, before we get into the video, there's some things I want to discuss. Number one, I made this dude too freaking fast, so I'm going to tone that down a little. He's still going to be able to spam time skip because he has a powered up version of it, but he's not going to be nearly as fast as someone like Hit or even All Might. Definitely not as fast as Hit. With Deku running normally and Ida using his quirk, I'm going to say he's a bit slower than Ida. But if you include time skip, that he's definitely outspeeding him. Now, with that out of the way, let's get on with part 5 of What If Deku had Hit's time skip. We start off with Deku finishing his conversation with Present Mike and Aizawa. Well, it looks like everyone else made it here. Go back and get ready for the next event. You got it, Teach, he says as he vanishes away and into the crowd of kids who have finished running. Luckily, once he gets there, Midnight just started explaining the rules of the cavalry battle. Students must form teams of a maximum of 4 people, 1 rider and at least 1 horse. Once she gets to the part about Deku having 10 million points, everyone turns and gives him this look. Damn it, nobody's gonna want to be on my team. But at the same time, whoever's not on my team is getting crushed. Deku already has some people in mind that he wants to be on his team. So he goes up to the first person. Really? You want to team up with me? Well, I mean, your anti-gravity quirk would really help in this situation, so yeah. But if you don't want to, you don't have to, he says as he begins to turn away. Wait. I'll join. Perfect. As Deku is about to walk to somebody else to ask them to join, Mei Hatsume jumps in the way. Can I help you? Hi, my name is Mei Hatsume and I'd like to join your team. Actually, I've already had a few people in mind to join my team. But if things don't work out, I'll come back to you. Okay, can't promise that I won't already be on a team though. Next, Deku approaches Tokoyami. With our combined efforts, everyone else here would be criminally, heinously, hilariously outmatched. So, what do you say? Gladly. So, who are you hoping for next? We already have me, you, and Ochako, am I correct? You are correct, Deku says. So then, who else are you planning on going to? Well, oh, look, there he is behind you, with Deku walking up to Todoroki. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the whole declaring war thing never happened this time because why would you declare war on a guy who can manipulate space-time, bro? Like, in order to have the balls to do that, you must be packing some kind of temporal looping or something, bro. So, Todoroki, are you in? With Todoroki thinking that everyone else is already really teamed up by now. And even if I did find a team, I don't think I would even be able to beat Deku. So, might as well join them. After that, all of them go over the plan. Uraka, use your quirk on all of us so that we'll be lighter and it'll be easier to move around. And Todoroki, you'll be putting up ice walls. And Tokoyami, if you see anyone closing in, you can use Dark Shadow to keep them at bay and or distance them, and maybe take a few headbands if you can. With that being the basic gist of Deku's plan, he talks to them about even more contingency plans that he came up with just in case those don't work. Now, let's skip ahead to the start of the cavalry battle. Remember guys, we don't have to engage in any of them. Right, Araka and Tokoyami say, almost in unison. With this happening, President Mike announces the start to the cavalry battle, and then everybody is off. Teams are scattered everywhere, trying to take each other's headbands, with Todoroki throwing up an ice wall in front of their team. Bakugo just comes flying over it. I knew it, Deku says readily. Tokoyami, it's your turn, he says as Dark Shadow is already there, meeting Bakugo's explosion. As this happens, some fodder manages to get behind them, trying to take Deku's headband. But in an instant, he uses time skip. But before they even realize, they're on the side of Deku's team with all of their headbands gone, with Deku putting those on his head to mixing them up. Everyone fall back. We could be in a bit of trouble if any more teams come our way. As he says this, him and his team begin sinking into the ground. What kind of quirk? Tokoyami says. With this catching Deku off guard, he pauses for a bit before snapping out of it and quickly telling Todoroki to freeze the ground below them. With this happening, it stops them from sinking, but they're still immobilized. With them not being able to move, a team rushes up to them. Todoroki, put up another ice wall. With Todoroki putting up another ice wall to stop the other team from closing in on them. Damn it, we're sitting ducks out here. Todoroki, hurry up and melt off the ice. With that being said, Todoroki reluctantly melts off the ice with his right side. With them finally being free to move, Deku tells his teammates to start going to an area with less people, which they do. But when they turn around and start running, to their surprise, they come to a halt, with Araka not being able to move. What's happening? Why aren't we moving? Deku says, with Araka saying that her leg is stuck to something sticky and she's not able to move. Before Deku is even able to say anything, Dupla Arms is running up to him with balls coming from in between his wings, along with a long tongue whipping at Deku. Deku dodges all of these attacks with relative ease, using his insane reaction speed and his quirk. But I can't say the same for his teammates. Tokoyami, Todoroki, and Araka have a few of Minetta's quirk stuck to them. What do we do now? We're completely stuck. We're not able to move anywhere, Tokoyami says worriedly. With more and more teams starting to close in on Deku's team. But one team outpaces all of the other ones, with Deku seeing a glimpse of Mei Hatsume and her team before, in everyone else's perspective, they just vanish. Ida uses his Recipro Burst, with Momo using Mei Hatsume's support item, her shoe, boots, speed things, or whatever, to make them all go faster. In an instant, Mei's team flies right past Deku's. The moment Deku saw them get close, he used time skip and was able to clearly see Mei's hands reach out to grab his headband, but he's able to push her hand out of the way as they fly past. Because of their speed, this causes a large gust of wind to just blow across from that area, with all the teams within that area feeling it. This makes the crowd go wild. Damn it, that was really, really close, Deku says while sweating. Man just shook. Araka, hurry up and use your quirk on me. Alright, I hope you know what you're doing, she says as she touches him and he begins to start floating. Now, Tokoyami, use Dark Shadow to push me up into the air. Right, I see what you're doing. With Dark Shadow carrying him upwards, only to get met with a bunch of electricity from Kaminari, causing Dark Shadow to let go of Deku. With Deku being suspended in the air, he sees Mei and her team flying up to him. What? How the hell did they get up here? Well, it doesn't matter. I'll still win. With him thinking this, Mei shoots out one of those hooks and tries to latch onto Deku's arm, with Deku using time skip and catching it, and then throws it directly back at them. With the time beginning to run out, with only a few seconds left, Deku begins to celebrate early, but unknown to him, a random rocketing Bakugo flies up and tries to grab Deku's headband, but misses. With this happening, Bakugo changes trajectory again and goes for another one, but to no avail. Deku narrowly dodges it again, but on purpose. At this rate, you'll never beat me, and time's running out. You won't win, Bakugo. Bakugo, exploding with anger, shoots a ferocious explosion at him, instead of trying to grab his headband. With Bakugo and everyone else in the stadium not seeing Deku, this worries Bakugo at first, thinking that he might have went too hard and literally blew him to bits, or disintegrated him. But then he just assumes that he blasted him to the ground or something. With Bakugo thinking this, he hears somebody behind him say, "Time skip, tremor pulse." Oh shit. With Bakugo trying to use an explosion to blast himself out of the way, he isn't fast enough, and he gets caught with a kick by Deku directly into his side. This causes him to go flying towards the crowd, with Deku saying, "Damn it, I overdid it," and a bunch of people in the crowd being scared because this kid is gonna go flying into them. They all see All Might jump into the air and grab Bakugo, catching him before he can hurt himself and or anyone else. As this happens, the time runs out, declaring Deku's team as the winners, with Deku taking some mental notes on all of the quirks that he saw people using and all of the different tactics. He starts to think, if I were allowed to outright hit all of the teams, we would have definitely won, hands down. But hey, I guess that was kind of fun in a way. We got to use our quirks in a more tactical, creative way, instead of outright fighting. Well, even if it did get a little bit messy at the end there with Bakugo. Now, let's cut from in between the next part of the sports festival, before the fights. He's behind the sports festival stadium, or whatever it's called, because Todoroki wanted to speak with him. Deku starts to wonder what he wants to talk about. He looked pretty serious. Maybe it was about his quirk or something. As he looks back or thinks about the hero versus villains incident and how he mercilessly clapped the villain team to his whole class. Back on topic. Todoroki has been just staring at Deku weirdly for more than an acceptable period of time. Alright, if you're not gonna say anything, I'ma just go. Midoriya. Are you All Might's secret love child or something? With Deku literally just not knowing what to say. Out of all the things he thought that he may have wanted to talk about, he did not expect this man to say something that random. So Deku kind of just stops working and processes what he said. And then he just ends up answering with no. Just no. I don't know why you would think that. Well, I mean, you do have similar quirks. What do you mean? Our quirks are nothing alike. I already explained my quirk on the bus, remember? The time freeze thing? No, I'm talking about your other quirk. What? Yeah, whenever you were laying into that monster Nomu thing, you were hitting it harder than usual. Do you have a half and half quirk like mine? Well, I mean, keep this between you and me. It is a half and half quirk, but I usually don't like to disclose that, you know? You don't want to play all of your cards, Deku says as he's kind of lying, but kind of not. Ends up thinking it's better than just lying to him and saying that he doesn't have another quirk or anything, because that clearly wouldn't work. Well, whatever it is, you seem somehow related to All Might, and Endeavor is my old man. So if you have something from All Might, that gives me more of a reason to beat you. With him going on to explain why he doesn't like to use his right side, tells him that if we fight and I don't use it, it's because I want to win on my own terms, not because I think I'm better than anyone or anything. With Deku seeing where Todoroki's coming from, with him just saying this, well, it's not a good idea if you're not gonna use your full strength against me. Even with whatever your dad put you through, that doesn't change the fact that that is your quirk, Todoroki. What you do with it has nothing to do with Endeavor. And if you ever plan on beating me, or even better, if you want to become a good hero, you're going to have to learn how to use all of your strengths to your advantage, including using that part of your quirk. Think however you want about what I just said. I'm gonna go get some lunch at the cafeteria. You coming with, or? Sure, why not? With this happening, I'm gonna end this part. It's getting late and I want to have all the energy I can to put into the final parts of the sports festival, the tournament arc. Expect it sometime tomorrow or on Tuesday. I mean, I guess today is Monday, but it's really early, like almost 4 o'clock in the morning. But whatever, I don't care. Look out for more content, like, subscribe, comment on some stuff that you liked or something that I could add on in the future, or maybe suggest a what if. This was King Kurtik, signing out.